My name is Marie, and this is Likened Unto Me, my personal scripture journey. I was thinking about Jesus calming the storm the other day, which, by the way, did you know that Luke and Mark call it a wind storm? I never pictured it that way. I always pictured it as like full on hurricane weather with rain or hail pelting them as they try to cross the Sea of Galilee in their little boat. But they call it a windstorm. There's no mention of rain or thunder or anything like that. But that's what I've always pictured. Anyway, in a boat on open water, though, a windstorm is not good. The waves that this wind was kicking up were big enough to come in the boat and fill it with enough water that even the fishermen aboard, the men who made their living on the water, were worried. And they wake Jesus up, panicked, wondering how he can be sleeping when they're all about to die. And Jesus just stands up, tells the wind and the sea to calm down, which it does. And then he asks his disciples where their faith is. They finish their journey and make it to the other side. Jesus heals a man full of devils, and things return to normal as things are when you follow a man who does miracles. Anyway, as I thought about this story, my mind caught on the picture of what it all may have looked like to someone on the shore. I don't know how far and wide this windstorm spread, but if someone was on the shore watching these huge waves on the sea, I wonder what they thought when it all just stopped. Did they know, or did it even cross their mind that the Son of God had commanded it to stop? Or did they just think, man, the weather here is so weird, and move on, never thinking of it again? And if they did that, I wouldn't blame them. They were clueless to the miracle that had just happened because they were far away from Jesus. It made me wonder, how many things in my life have I glossed over or dismissed as merely coincidences or lucky chances because I was too far away from Jesus to know it was a miracle? As I ponder times in my life when it seems God was very active and miracles, big and small, occurred often, it usually coincides with times that I was trying to be closer to Him. He says, "Draw near unto me, and I will draw near unto you. Seek me, and ye shall find me." So maybe miracles are happening all around us. We just don't see them or recognize them for what they truly are because we're too far away from Jesus. Sister Susan H. Porter told a story about her husband, Bruce, struggling with an unknown illness after having a successful surgery. So the surgery goes great, but he is struggling with something that they can't figure out. None of the doctors, none of the nurses know what's going on, and his family is fasting and praying for him. And in the middle of the night, a nurse walked by his room, heard him cough once, and had the thought to test for this rare respiratory disease. And that was it. That turned out to be the problem, and they were able to treat him for it. To anyone else, that story could just be a coincidence or lucky chance, but to Sister Porter and her family, it was a miracle. They were close to God and saw His hand working through that nurse to save Bruce. In his talk, The Power of Spiritual Momentum, President Russell M. Nelson assured us that God has not ceased to be a God of miracles. Every book of Scripture demonstrates how willing the Lord is to intervene in the lives of those who believe in Him. The Lord will bless you with miracles if you believe in Him, doubting nothing. Do the spiritual work to seek miracles. Prayerfully ask God to help you exercise that kind of faith. I promise that you can experience for yourself that Jesus Christ giveth power to the faint, and to them that have no might, He increaseth strength. I love this encouragement from a Latter-day Prophet to seek and expect miracles. I don't think we can help but see them as we get closer to Christ. They will become obvious and undeniable. Over and over again, we will see his hand, his miracles everywhere. And like the prophet Alma in the Book of Mormon, we'll be able to say, I have all things as a testimony that Jesus lives. Miracles are real. Thanks for listening. Any quotes or scriptures or stories that I used are cited in the description. This is likened unto me, my personal scripture journey.